Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel here at Crypto Nation. If you're new here, it's totally free to subscribe and hit the like button for post notifications. Hey, this is going to be another episode of Crypto Nation Reacts. Um, Title of the video is called Michael Saylor. This collapse is way bigger than you think. So let's see what he's talking about. But by the way, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for post notifications. That way you get more, you can see videos like these. Anyways, let's get see what they're talking about here. All right.
Like you want nuclear power, air power, and space power.
New information has just come to light. This collapse is way bigger than you think, at least according to Michael Saylor. This man predicted everything.
And I tweeted, I said, when the FDIC finally approves banks to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet, everybody will want to buy it, nobody will want to sell it, and you won't be able to afford it.
Context: 4 years ago, Michael Saylor became the first CEO to adopt Bitcoin as its company's primary treasury reserve asset. Since then, MicroStrategy has outperformed 499 of the 500 S&P stocks. This man's company now holds over 250,000 Bitcoin, worth $13 billion, and that's not even mentioning the Bitcoin that Michael Saylor personally holds.
You have a significant personal stack in addition to what you own through MicroStrategy and a MicroStrategy stock.
Yeah, I do have significant personal Bitcoin holdings. I think about 4 years ago, I tweeted that I have 17,732 Bitcoin. I haven't sold any Bitcoin. I continue to acquire more Bitcoin. And I think it's a great capital investment asset for an individual, a family, an institution, a corporation, or a country. And I can't see a better place to put my money.
How much do you personally own today?
At least that much.
Today, Michael Saylor has revealed insider knowledge. Exactly what he has been predicting is coming true. This recent collapse is way bigger than you think. First, Michael Saylor explains here why Bitcoin sold off like this.
Bitcoin is the only truly global capital market in the world. And so if you think about the volatility of it, the volatility is the price that you pay in order to create billions of dollars of credit and liquidity at your fingertips, all times, everywhere, for everybody. And so on Sunday night, all the other capital markets are closed. Bitcoin is the only capital market that's functioning. What you saw over the past week is that it's functioning really, really well. And that is the secret to the success of the asset class.
And then, of course, the biggest critique of Bitcoin right now, the bigger question in Bitcoin is, but is this really how a hedge acts? This is kind of a worthless hedge if it's going to go down during a crash like this. Michael Saylor, what say you?
Volatility is a sign of high energy. Rivers, waterfalls, fires, windstorms, they're volatile. They have massive amounts of energy. Niagara Falls is a scary place. If you're going to play in the pool, 5,000 people have died in Niagara Falls playing with it over the past 100 years. But it generates 5 gigawatts of power. That's 7 million horsepower. That's 33 million people working as hard as they can. So if you're going to harness the energy as an engineer, then you want the volatility. And if you're a tourist and you're playing in the water, taking selfies, then it's scary. No one that understands Bitcoin is afraid of the volatility.
And we're seeing other crypto leaders come out and try to signal that a major change is happening. There is risk. You need to be paying attention this year. Dire consequences are on the line.
The most dishonesty you can bring in when you say as your talking points, this is an issue of non-compliance, when everybody actually knows there is no way to comply by design. It's a Kafkaesque regulation through enforcement policy. It has become an issue because at least 53 million Americans own cryptocurrency. By seeding all of that, that's basically like saying, take Microsoft, Google, and Apple and Tesla and just go put them all in Germany or go put them all in Abu Dhabi or something like that. How many times can we do that as a country before we go bankrupt? How many revolutions can we miss out on before America collapses as a nation state? So that's the real life consequence. We as a country have higher unemployment we as a country have less jobs, we as a country have less economic competitiveness, and ultimately we collapse as a country if we keep doing this.
Now, it's interesting. Michael Saylor says that if Kamala Harris wins, he wishes he could convey this to her. I mean, to both her and Donald Trump, whoever's going to win the presidency. Michael Saylor sees what's coming, and he wishes U.S. presidential candidates would just understand this.
The future is digital, right? There's a race to own cyberspace. That being the case, empires are built on productive property, and they're defended by firepower, naval power, air power, nuclear power, and digital power. Bitcoin's digital power. You want Bitcoin, you want to own cyberspace, you want the most digital power, just like you want nuclear power, air power, and space power. It's a good investment. It's like buying Alaska or like the Louisiana Purchase, and it's also essential to national security.
So which candidate is better for crypto, though? Is there a candidate that is objectively better for crypto? I can see some of your comments. Yes, obviously, Donald Trump spoke at the Bitcoin conference.
Hello, Bitcoiners. With your help, we will save our nation, we will restore our republic, and we will make America and Bitcoin bigger, better, stronger, richer, freer, and greater than ever before.
So let's see what Michael Saylor says to this. Who is the best Bitcoin candidate, Michael Saylor? I was actually surprised he answered like this. Does he know something we don't?
Which candidate is better for crypto?
I think that, again, crypto is... I'm not going to comment on anything political at this point. I'm going to say it's just a good idea to support digital assets and digital capital for any nation state, any political party, any politician. It will be a factor in November in the elections, I have no doubt.
It does seem like at this moment that crypto is breaking hard along ideological lines. I mean, Trump certainly, you see him speaking at the Bitcoin conference, talks about making Bitcoin great again. Is that good for crypto or long term, do you think? Do you really need friends on both sides of the political aisle?
I think Bitcoin is digital capital, right? The world's going to be remade. There's a digital transformation in finance taking place. Everybody on Wall Street understands it. Everybody on Capitol Hill understands it. Everybody on Main Street understands it. It's like electricity or fire or the internet. I can't imagine that a nation state, a company, a government, or any particular family even is going to be successful without embracing technology.
Let's take a minute to highlight partner of the channel, DeFi Technologies. Get these guys on your radar. DeFi Technologies is a Canadian-based fintech company that is pioneering the convergence of traditional markets with the world of crypto and decentralized finance. You remember, you watched our interview with Russell Starr, head of capital markets.
If we can get to $1 billion in AUM, that's $100 million in revenue. We get to 2, 3, 4, 5 billion, which is not disbelievable given how successful ETFs are and how fast this ecosystem is growing 2 times faster than the internet. When we get to 5 billion, we make 500 million in revenue, 490 million in profit. That's greater than our entire market cap right now. And things usually trade at 20, 30 times earnings. So I hesitate to even believe where we will be and what this company looks like in 3 to 5 years.
DeFi Technologies has actually outperformed Bitcoin in 2024 on a 1-year basis and a 5-year basis. So it's amazing the momentum they're establishing. The company's main business lines are as follows. 1. Valor, a profitable provider of ETFs for the crypto industry. This generates 8 to 10% yield on assets managed. This translates to roughly 35 million in 2024 so far. They own Reflexivity Research, which Anthony Pompliano founded. Pomp is a shareholder of DeFi Tech. He's talked about it in his Pomp newsletter. The company also incorporated DeFi Alpha, an arbitrage trading desk that makes money for shareholders. It has cleared 97 million in revenue over the past about 120 days. So we are really rooting for them here. Management actually announced a massive buyback recently. They purchased 240 Bitcoin on the books, and this is perhaps why insiders, including the CEO, own 45% of the company.
I think everybody needs to look at the company as a whole. So we basically did 10 million US in revenue in Q1. Q2, the math is really easy, and I'm using US numbers here, but our AUM is basically 50% higher in Q2. So multiply 10 million US in Q1, which is, basically break even for the year just in Q1. So you have 15 million US, call it in profits for Q2, and you have 40 million profits off of the trade. So we're already at a 55 million profit run rate in the first 6 months. 55 million should be trading at 20 times profits because we're not even talking revenues, we're talking profits. That's $1 billion AUM company. And if you look at our US market, that's a four-bagger from our current share price. So there is a massive valuation disconnect here, which we're obviously going to be working on aggressively to change. There are broker dealers all over in Canada and the US that are reaching out to us now that they're seeing what this company is doing.
I'll leave links to their website in the description. Check them out. Keep DeFi technologies on your radar. So he sees what's coming, and knowing what's coming, how do you stay cool, calm, and collected when volatility like this happens in crypto? How do you not sell when price dips 20, 30, 40, 50% like this? Here's how Michael Saylor does it.
First of all, Bitcoin's been appreciating at 55% a year for the past 4 years. Bonds are depreciating 5% a year. The S&P is appreciating at about 13% a year. It's amazing to me that people would rather have a 20% ARR with 20 vol than 55 ARR with 55 vol. But yeah, if you think about it, it's pretty obvious you want the 50% return, not the 20% return. So if you're going to embrace the future, embrace digital transformation, it's going to be.
Yeah, I just want to say the way Michael Saylor breaks down Bitcoin, he breaks it down to a T. How it represents energy, gas, and everything. Like it's just, and like I said, it's true digital gold and more to it as well. The world is finally starting to realize what Bitcoin is. But yeah, once they finally realize, they're gonna be like, wow, we wish we would have been buying this when it was like super cheap. But yeah, Michael Saylor, he's been trying to tell them for years, what why he's loading up on Bitcoin. He knows that this is, like I said, this is going to be a true uh, global currency reserve.
To be more volatile. It's going to be higher performance, but that's the future. So I don't get upset because I know we're winning. Bitcoin's winning. It's pretty obvious to anyone that can chart the thing that there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer.
So, did you buy this dip? If it dips deeply like this again, would you buy this dip?
Michael, safe to assume you bought the dip this week?
We're buying all the time. We're buying every quarter. We're buying the lows, the mids, the highs. I'll be buying the top forever because I'm expecting Bitcoin will continue to appreciate as digital capital. I think physical capital, real estate capital, financial capital, people are going to sell those things and they're going to move their money into digital capital, and it's going to be a trend for a long, long time to come.
So it's just amazing to hear and see from somebody who got it exactly right, and to hear what he says is coming in the future that I actually don't hear a lot of people saying. We're going to keep you updated on this and everything going on in crypto. That's what we do on a daily basis. Subscribe to our channel, join our team. See you tomorrow.
USDC.
Alrighty, but that's that. So that's my that concludes that video for the Crypto Nation Reacts. Let's talk about go over Bitcoin right quick. Bitcoin is now at 58,684. Just recently kind of went down a little bit. It was over 59,000, and then it just suddenly started tanking a little bit. So let's see how this plays out over the next 24 to 48 hours. Here we got Ethereum is still over 2,600. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button for post notifications. And that is my Crypto Nation Reacts episode. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.